And then there's the bipolar mental illness experience. Okay, I kind of explained in my other video that non-productive day, and it's like you're bombarded with so much information, so many things to do. It's like, what direction do I go in next? It's like if you're a genius and you come up with a million great ideas, but which one do you do? What good idea is worth your time? What direction do you go into? If you're open to endless possibilities and you know exactly how to be good in every possibility that you want to go into, which one should you go into? So there is a stage of don't know where to go, don't know where to go. It's the same as having no answers. Having too many answers is the same thing as no answers. You're still moving nowhere. Um, but it is part of the experience. And I just have a little bit of experience to kind of know the logic that's going on. And basically, like, this is very, very popular with people that have ADHD or people that have been diagnosed with bipolar. First of all, I don't go by labels because everybody has the same symptoms as ADHD. It's just a matter of how much. Everybody is guilty of bipolar. If one day you're in a bad mood and the next day you're in a good mood, guess what? You're bipolar because it's called mood swings. As soon as your mood swings, it's called a mental illness. In order to be completely healthy, you should only have one emotion at all times. It should never fluctuate because as soon as your mood fluctuates, as soon as your feelings fluctuate in any way, your medical system will diagnose, hey, there's a behavior. People are changing their moods awfully fast. Let's put a mental illness on that. Let's call it bipolar. So that's what bipolar is all about, is like to somebody that is hypersensitive, hyperactive, um, the sensation of having too much information is so friggin' paralyzing. It's just as paralyzing as having no information. It's very chaotic. And you just, the golden rule is if you're not peaceful and loving and you listen to your intuition, you're always going to be guided to the wrong direction. So while in a state of frustration and chaos and don't know where to go, it ain't a pleasant feeling. So any which way do I go suggestions you might get during that state of mind is always going to guide you down the wrong path. So best rule of thumb with anybody that has ADHD, be at one with it. And focus, okay, how do I feel peaceful and loving right now? Something's good about it. That's why one of these bottles that I drink from every friggin' day has accepting and allowing. It's like, okay, this sucks. This must accept and allow. And what happens is every problem has a solution, but if you react in a negative state, then your reaction is, what do I do next? And because you're in a negative state, you're going to be guided down the wrong path all the time. So every time something negative shows up, it's actually a solution, because every problem is a solution. You just can't see it. You're just looking at the problem. You're not looking at the solution. You need to turn your blinders on to the solution and not the problem. But when the problem shows up, that means life is giving you the solution and you're rejecting it because you're in a negative state of being. You don't know how to see it, but it's a friggin' gift. So every time a problem shows up to you, it's like greet it as if it's a gift. It's like the best gift you ever got in your life. You're asking for it. You're asking for the solution. So it comes in the form of a problem. So you just gotta unfold the paper or the envelope or the container that's manipulating you into seeing the problem. And once you unfold it, once you get into it, you'll see the solution. So one of my challenges is getting along with family. Now, we're all ADHD. Had a little bit of a problem even telling my kids, hey, you're all ADHD, because I don't believe in the medical system. So I've been trying to hey, maybe look at your behavior patterns. Are they working? And that's not going so well. I'm seeing some rules that are my challenge, and some of the rules are nobody pay attention to me, nobody listen to me. I've seen that experience go on throughout my whole entire life. When my parents were beating me and I said stop, they wouldn't listen. When my parents were saying I'm dumb and I'm actually saying I'm smart, they wouldn't listen. I married an abusive man who taught my kids don't ever listen to your mother. So where did my kids learn the lesson don't ever listen to your mother? You know, society says people that are on welfare or disability are not people worthy of listening to, so nobody's going to listen to me there. I have plenty to say about ADHD, but if you go and look at some of these doctors that are profiting off pills, they actually have websites that say don't listen to her because she will talk about some kind of conspiracy, which I don't think there's a conspiracy. I think there's a hell of a lot of problems that people don't want to admit to. But it's like if there's a global problem, chances are there's a little bit of a problem there and there's a cause. And if you can see a cause and you're talking about it, all of a sudden the medical community, the government, all systems will say, you don't know what you're talking about, don't listen. And then they label you a conspiracy theorist. That one article that I read, it's like, I made the list of every single one of those people that they say don't listen to. So it's like, it's everywhere. It's every single where I go. Don't listen to me. I have no perspective. I have no value. I have no opinions worthy of being listened to. And I don't really give a shit whether the world listens to me. I only happen to care about my children right now. And not that I want to control their lives. I just think that we should be talking about happy things. How's your life? Proud of you. I'm so excited that things are going so good for you. Like, I mean, those kind of conversations are things that I want to have with my family. But right now, all we're dealing with is problem after problem. But nobody's able to communicate the problem. Why? Because we're all friggin' ADD. We all think we're the geniuses. Um, Me included. I don't jump out of there and not be part of that problem myself. But my problem, and that's the only thing that's important to anybody, is what's your problem? My problem is my children. So I look at what is it I want for my kids? What is the intention that I want for my kids? And when you look at life through good intentions and you're using logic, I don't want to control my kids because I don't want to be controlled. So, got to really watch what you do and what you say that might in any way, shape, or form come across as controlling. Especially if I want to talk to my kids, they perceive me as being the one that wants to control their lives. I'm the one that doesn't want to control their lives. I want them to think for themselves. Right now, they're thinking somebody else's thoughts, somebody else's beliefs, and not actually their own beliefs, and just want to kind of question them. I mean, right now they want to be diagnosed with ADHD and take medication. I'm against that. I think you are stronger, wiser if you can learn how to use your skills, because it will unfold something 100 times better. So, the problem shows the direction that I'm supposed to go into if you always listen to your problem. So my problem now, being my one son, who's friggin' genius, he's ADHD, no doubt, has these rules. Definitely don't listen to your mother. She's stupid as a rock. So, okay. He's going on to a bunch of websites and doing as much research as possible on the internet. Okay, good. Information is power. Gain as much information as possible. I would never ever say don't go over there and get any information. Part of it is by seeing the whole picture, you'll get a better understanding. So I'm not going to be objecting for him to go to all websites. But what I can do is be one of those websites that he looks at. I think it's friggin' genius. So since that is my main focus and goal, is first of all, I started YouTube because I could see right away it's communication. And if you looked at my channel, I have definitely said it's more of a diary. If anybody's taken anything personally, don't read my diary. But I'm doing a lot of complaints. I'm doing a lot of judgment, and that's kind of, I know it's wrong. I mean, you're not going to live your best life complaining about life, but it is extremely important if you want to learn who you are. Why do you complain about the things you complain about? You know, why is it in your life? Watch and observe yourself complain and always offer the solution, because listen to yourself and follow your own advice, because there's something that you're complaining about that you actually have the same behavior inside. You can't recognize somebody else's behavior if you don't have it yourself. So it's kind of funny when I've gone out there and I've intentionally done that, and a lot of people don't know that I did do that intentionally, but I've been watching what I complain about so that I can see more about myself. And I've tried offering advice, not necessarily for anybody else. It's advice that I listen to my own videos and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try that. And I've been helping myself develop myself for the past year. If anybody else grabs it, that's great. But it is a completely different world. It's a totally different perspective when you're viewing it from this level of responsibility and accountability. Um, so, um, yeah, now it's like, okay, I found the perfect direction for me. I'm so excited. And I'm feeling some of the ADHD experiences, like yesterday. So overwhelmed with, oh my God, now I know what to do, another website. And it's like I got 20 websites to do. I mean, the ideas are just pouring in like crazy. I don't know which direction to go into first, but naturally it was the ADHD website that I'm going to focus on first. This business directory that I want to create is still going to be there, but it's going to be second project. It's called prioritizing. Um, my son also has this rule that says never listen to anybody unless you pay for it. So although that everything that we're doing right now in this system is wrong, what I've decided to do is I'm creating this ADHD website as a ADH university, educating the geniuses, because I happen to think they're all geniuses. So who are you going to listen to? A doctor that's going to say, I don't know the cause of it, but take a pill and it's not curable? Or listen to somebody that's saying, you're a genius, you just don't understand yourself. If you develop your own personal skills, then your life will work out perfect. You'll be able to pass any freaking test. You'll be able to solve any problems if you learn more about yourself. Go to University of You and learn how to be a genius. Who's going to listen to you? I mean, if I'm a parent that has a child that has ADHD, do I want to go to somebody that says your child is mentally ill or your child is a genius? I think it's a genius thing to do. But I also believe that it's true, and I can back up my shit. All of the symptoms of ADHD can be perceived as a disability, or it could be perceived as a tool that's kind of needed if you're going to be a genius. So you just have to master all of these symptoms, these tools to master to become the genius. So, and it is all behavior patterns. It's being aware of your patterns and changing them. And this water concept is 100% one of the major aspects of curing this friggin' shit, because it helps you be aware, it helps you question, it helps you really make good decisions. Now I've got this fight flight thing happening, same thing as yesterday, but it's excitement. It's like I'm so friggin' excited I just can't do anything. So that's another, that fight flight type thing. So now, instead of going for a cigarette or feeling like, oh, life is, it's like, I'm so excited, I gotta go for a run. I gotta get some of this energy out. So now I'm starting to make healthier choices while I'm in this frustration, because now I know I'm more on the right path. So a lot of it was over the past year, I didn't believe in myself. I didn't have the confidence that, I'd be able to find the direction. But deep down, it's like, wow, you wouldn't know all this shit if for no reason. You'll find a way. You'll find a way. So I've been believing in myself, and poof, a year later, I find that I'm finding my path pretty good. So it's going to be another YouTube channel focused strictly on that you have to actually pay for, but nothing in that channel is going to have anything different than that's on this channel. Peace out.